I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, August 14th. Well, the Quincy Housing Authority is celebrating its 80th anniversary today with the Snug Harbor Beach Fest at the Palmer Street Beach across from 15 Bicknell Street in Germantown. The event will run from 4 to 7 p.m. and include dinner, games, and live music from the U2 tribute band, the Joshua Tree. The Glenn David Andrews Band will perform a free jazz show tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Ruth Gordon Amphitheater in Quincy. It's part of the Friends Fridays shows by the Friends of the Ruth Gordon Amphitheater. Quincy's annual 70s, 80s, and 90s dance party will be held Saturday from 1 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. on the Hancock Adams Common in Quincy Center. The live show is free, and food and beverage trucks will be available. The 39th Annual Quincy August Moon Festival will be held Sunday from 11 to 3 along Coddington Street in Quincy Center. The event features free live performances, plus food and a marketplace. The lion dance and opening ceremonies will be held at noon, and free parking is available at the South Shore YMCA and at Quincy High School. The Quincy Farmers Market is open Sundays from noon to 4 at St. Chrysostom's Episcopal Church in Wollaston. The market will be open every Sunday through October 25th. The Quincy DPW rear yard on C Street is closed again today for additional infrastructure repairs. The yard will reopen Saturday. Reminder, free lunches are being provided for Quincy residents 18 and under at the Parker Elementary School, Lincoln Hancock School, Ward 2 Community Center, Snug Harbor Elementary School, and Montclair Elementary School this summer. The meals are available weekdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. through August 21st. The meals must be eaten on site. Well, the American Red Cross is first saying thank you to the many blood donors who responded after they issued the second blood crisis alert in that agency's history last month, but also issuing an urgent appeal for donors to keep giving blood. The Red Cross says the blood supply remains under severe pressure, and the donors of all types are desperately needed. The Red Cross says just 3 additional donors at every blood drive could help further stabilize the blood supply. Donors who give in August will receive a $20 Amazon gift card. Locally, there is a blood drive at the Quincy Sons of Italy Hall on Quarry Street on August 24th from 1 to 6:30, and in Braintree at the Braintree Moose Lodge on West Howard Street on August 26th from 1 to 6 p.m. You can go to redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to make an appointment. The Norfolk County Sheriff's Office is collecting books to distribute to prisoners at the Norfolk County House of Corrections in Dedham. Book donations may be dropped off at the Sheriff's Hope Center on Washington Street in Braintree on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. through August 24th. The Sheriff's Office is asking for only gently used paperback books, no hardcover books, that are appropriate for adult readers at the middle school reading level or higher. Well, this year's annual Kids Fest on Wollaston Beach in Quincy being called a resounding success. The Friends of Wollaston Beach's signature event drew people of all ages to the beach on a perfect summer day last Sunday for free games, music, dancing, arts and crafts, kite flying, a bubble barge, face painting, coloring books, inflatables, and more. And the fun is not over either. There are still 2 more free Wally Beach Wednesday concerts coming up this month. There is Bomba by the Sea this coming Sunday, a Canto Pop Beach Party by the Boston Cantonese Club on August 29th, then the Coast Sweep Beach Cleanup on September 19th. Lindsay Clancy's own cell phone provided jurors with new glimpses into her mindset at her triple murder trial. Clancy is charged with 3 counts of murder for the strangulation deaths of her 3 children in January of 2023. Her lawyer is mounting an insanity defense, claiming that she was in the grip of postpartum psychosis and is not criminally responsible for their deaths. According to cell phone extractions, days before the murders, there were searches for symptoms of psychosis. Clancy claimed she heard a male voice urging her to kill the children and herself. After the children were strangled, Clancy cut her neck and wrists and then jumped out of a second-floor window in an apparent suicide attempt. A defense expert found searches on Clancy's phone concerning suicide. For the first time, the Lindsay Clancy jury saw a crime scene video shot only hours after Lindsay's apparent suicide attempt. Video shows Clancy's second-floor bedroom and the chaotic aftermath of what just happened. There is blood on the floor. We see the disheveled bed, and the window is still open. Earlier, the jury saw a final photo that Lindsay Clancy took of Dawson and Cora after building a backyard snowman. The testimony continues today in Plymouth Superior Court. The Pembroke Fire Department announcing 3 people were hospitalized with serious injuries after an under-construction barn collapsed. It occurred just after 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon when fire crews were dispatched to 221 Valley Street on reports of a collapsed building with multiple people injured. Once there, crews found an 80 by 100-foot barn that was under construction had collapsed. 3 workers had suffered serious injuries as a result of the collapse and are believed to have fallen about 25 feet. 1 worker was trapped under the rubble and had to be extricated. Once out, fire crews transported the victim to the Hubbamak Ice Arena, where he was med-flighted to Brigham and Women's Hospital. The 2 other victims were taken to South Shore Hospital. All 3 patients sustained serious but non-life-threatening injuries. OSHA is now conducting an investigation. It's unclear what may have caused the barn to collapse. A nursing home in Rockland gifted their fire department a brand new, fully equipped SUV as a thank you for rescuing the residents during a fire at the facility last November. Rockland firefighters rescued more than 100 people during a fire at the Webster Park Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center on November 29, 2025. The SUV joins the department's fleet of emergency vehicles and is equipped with radios and other life-saving equipment. Webster Park Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center staff said firefighters went the extra mile and even sang to the residents while carrying them out of the building during that fire. No one was hurt. Yesterday was a warm day in Worcester as the Healey administration honed in on rising temperatures. Katie Schlick will serve as Massachusetts' first ever heat resilience officer, a position intended to curb urban heat islands and the deadly effects that can follow. Climate advocates expressed optimism over Schlick's appointment. The positive outlook comes with a caveat and some criticism over how the Healey administration has approached climate issues. After the introductory press conference, Schlick spoke on the priorities that she'll pursue in the initial days in that role. Advocates say they'll be watching to make sure the state follows through with its priorities. According to the governor's office, Schlick's position will be paid for by the Boston Foundation. She is the second heat resilience officer in the United States after Arizona created a similar role 2 years ago. Interfaith Social Services of Quincy recently inducted 29 South Shore residents into their Maddie Lang Volunteer Hall of Fame. Volunteers were honored at a volunteer appreciation night at the Quincy Sons of Italy on August 4th. Cohane Funeral Home was also honored as Interfaith's 2026 Community Partner of the Year for their outstanding commitment to volunteerism. More than 165 community residents help support Interfaith's programs through regular volunteering. Volunteers serve in a range of capacities, including serving on the board of directors, taking on weekly food pantry and bureau drawer thrift shop shifts, and assisting at Interface annual Stop the Stigma 5K and Feed the Hungry Gala fundraising events. Check of business news this morning. Stocks are higher. The Dow is up 69. The Nasdaq rose 214. The S&P added 50. Stocks were lower in Asia. The dollar fell. The euro rose. Oil at $87 a barrel. In sports, Red Sox shut out the Blue Jays in Toronto yesterday 7-0. And they are off to Pittsburgh for a series with the Pirates beginning tonight at 6:40. The National Weather Service forecast for today, mostly sunny, high of 83. For tonight, patchy fog, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, high of 82. Mainly cloudy on Sunday and a high of 81. Looks like some rain on Monday and a high of 79. For the boater, waves about a foot. Northwest winds 5 to 10 knots. High tide 1:19 p.m. Sunrise 5:50. Sets at 7:46. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, August 14th.